Hey guys, this is Kelly with the Garden Whisperer. If you're unfamiliar with what I do, I design flower beds and garden beds for homeowners where they can either install it themselves or they can hire a landscaper if they're choosing to install it for them according to the design plan. So today's video is I'm going to be transplanting my Ajuga. I already did, as you can see, there's all weeds here because I'm not doing anything with this area because the deck is the next thing on the list to be replaced. So I am attempting to transplant everything that was here. I have daffodils and I've got the Ajuga, and I really don't like the Ajuga under the daffodils. Just don't like the way it looks. So I'm going to move those. And to be honest, when I bought the Ajuga, you know, I was just buying everything that I saw that I liked and then had nowhere to plant it. And I just had to find places to plant it. So I'm going to be transplanting this one, which I started yesterday. As you could see, I pulled a bunch of them out from, they were climbing over this rock. And I have that one to do over there. And I pulled out the other one the beginning of the year over here, which is now under this tree. And you could see how fast it grew in. And if you saw my other videos on this deer-resistant Ajuga, you will see the really gorgeous periwinkle blue flowers that it produces in the spring. It's around like the end of April, early May, I think is when they bloom. But anyways, you can see they've got like really pretty variegated foliage. It's just gorgeous. And it spreads really easily, and it'll do fine in shade or sun, but I find that it looks a little better in shade because they do consider it a shade plant, but as long as it's getting enough water in the sun, it'll do just fine. And here's a weed. But they do, you know, they kind of, you'll get a couple weeds here and there, but they do kind of choke out weeds. So it's perfect for this area that I'm starting to plant under this tree. And I think this is I don't know what this is. Maybe a maple? I think it's a maple. You can usually tell by the bark, but this tree is kind of beat up. It has like one of the lead trunks you can see that I cut down that had a disease in it. So it was dying back anyway. So I had the tree company come out and cut it back. But yeah, so it's also really good to plant around the tree roots because there's tons of tree roots here, obviously. So, and I've got some primrose growing over here, and they have pretty, very pale, creamy yellow blooms. And I just planted them this spring, and it had bloomed one bloom, and that's fine because by next year and the following year, they should be doing a lot better. And then I also have my blue zinger carex grass, 2 of them here, and I have a couple more over here. As you can see, I've got to do stuff with all these weeds also. But there's 3 more over here. And they're doing really well. Very pretty blue color. Yeah, blue zinger carex grass. They do great in shade, and they're just a pretty color. So I have 3 there, 2 over there. And so I'm digging up this little area here to add more of the Ajuga. And as you can see, I did these yesterday. And they're the easiest thing to transplant. And watch, within a week to 2 weeks, you're going to see so much new growth. Exactly what I did with this, and look at how much this filled in. And I did this only I don't even, maybe a month ago. They grow really fast. When you buy them from the nursery in the first year, when you first plant them, they'll put on like 12 inches of growth. So they do really well, and they grow really fast. Not to mention highly deer resistant. They never touch it. So I am going to be, this is the next one because I had bought 3 of them from the nursery. And the crazy thing is each little flower here, and I'm going to show you, and these are the daffodil. This is going to all get pulled out because that's what you want. You want the daffodils to die back on their own. Once they die back, you can transplant them. But anyway, so as you can see, this little thing right here is what you do. Actually, I'm going to pull it right out right now. This is what you do. I can get it off. Okay. When you want to transplant, if you want tons of more, you know, if you want a ton more of these plants, you can do it this way. And you get as many as there are in here. You can end up with thousands of Ajuga. But anyway, so that's all you do. You just take it right off. Or what I'm probably going to be doing is trying to scoop up clumps of it, because you can see, let me see if it has it in here somewhere. La 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 la. Where it will have, this one's kind of, I'm trying to find it here, like right here. It's got like a root system that's in the ground, and it has all these shoots coming off of it. So I'm probably going to, just to make it easier on myself to transplant, I'm probably going to just take the shovel and dig up clumps of it and then plant those, as opposed to doing one at a time, because I started doing one at a time yesterday, and it's all fine because they're in here. But it's just going to be easier and less time consuming. So all you do, let me put my gloves on for this, or a glove. Not like it helps because they have all holes in them anyway. There's like holes all in these gloves. But anyway, so let's see, where do I want to put it? And as you can see, there's a tree root. So I have to kind of go around. And this is all you do, like this tiny little hole. You just set it in like that. And you don't even have to put it, you don't want to put it deep. But see, and I just put it in like that. And I just kind of tamp the soil out around it a little bit. And there you go. That is how easy they are. And they will take off. You just have to keep them watered so that they can establish their little roots. And I've been doing that every day. Yesterday and today I've been watering. So yeah, so that's pretty much how you transplant Ajuga. I mean, it's that easy. And they will just take off. That's exactly what I did with those. And look at that. I mean, gorgeous. So the goal is to get most of this front border filled with the Ajuga. I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot left over, and I may end up just giving some to neighbors, because I just don't know right now where I'm going to put them all. And it's not like I'm ever going to run out, because if I need, you know, or if I want to put them in another area of my garden when I start another garden bed, I can just take a little shoot off of one of these and plant away. So I just amended, I dug up the soil just a little bit, like an inch down. You don't have to go crazy. I put some cow manure compost down, my black cow, my favorite. And I put my Scott's 10-10-10 fertilizer, flower and veggie. I just sprinkle it on there. I don't measure anything. I just, you know, sprinkle away and let it do its thing. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. But I just wanted to show you that is how easy it is to transplant Ajuga and to get more plants out of, you know, one plant. You could get literally a couple hundred or more out of one plant just by taking these little shoots off and planting them. So that's the goal for today. So that's how you plant that. And I'm hoping I can get the second plant done today. And then I'm going to have to figure out the third one. And then the Ajuga will be transplanted and moved. And then I have to move the daffodil bulbs, my peony shrub, and I have my salvia on the other side of the deck over here. Can't see it. And some of the stuff, I have gladiolas growing right there, which is hilarious. I actually planted them a few years ago. The deer kept eating them, so I attempted to dig them up. But then every year, they're doing just like daffodils do. They are naturalizing, and they just keep producing more and more and popping up. So I finally just said, you know what, you can stay. And but I am going to have to dig them up, because if I don't, and the deck is ripped out, and I have I'm going to be doing a raised patio, I think, they're going to get stepped on and damaged. So I'm going to have to probably transplant them too. I'm just not sure yet where I'm going to put them. So, or if I do it maybe in very late winter or early spring, I don't even know if they're going to be able to do that out here because it's so cold still. They will not have popped up yet, so they won't get damaged, but the daffodils I'm definitely going to be transplanting. And the peony shrub and the salvia. So that's going to be fun, because I have to find places to put them, because they all like full sun. And I have a lot of shade, as you can see, depending on the time of day. But the majority of my sun is really around the deck and in the front there. But by the afternoon, there will be a lot of sun in this whole area. So I do know that over there, it's part sun to full sun in some spots. And then over there, it's like part shade. I used my sun calculator. So yeah, so it's, and I know that garden bed there with the trellis is full sun. And the area around the deck is full sun. So I just have to figure out where I'm going to transplant them. The good thing about the Ajuga is they will do fine in sun and shade. So yeah, so if you want to see the purple periwinkle, they're actually like bluish purple. They're so pretty. If you want to see those flowers in full bloom, check out my other video on, it's called Top Deer Resistant Ground Cover. I have 2 videos on it. One says update on the top deer resistant ground cover, and the other one is just top deer resistant ground cover. But anyway, so that's how you plant the Ajuga and how you get, or transplant, and how you get new plants out of one plant. It's amazing. And they just grow like crazy. You could do anything to them and they are just awesome. And like I said, the deer absolutely do not touch them out here. So actually, this is a clump that I took from one of them. And you can see this whole thing. And it has little shoots coming off of it. Where's the other one? There's that one. I just dug that whole clump up and then I planted it. So you can do that too. But anyway, so that's it for today's video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in hiring my design services, you can contact me on www.the-garden-whisperer.com. Till the next video, guys, talk to you soon. Happy gardening. Bye.